You read the title of the video, you know why you're here, and you know it's true. The immersive sim, stealth action, TF-29, globe-trotting, augmented super soldier Adam Jensen needs another fucking game. Why do we need one? I hear the suits at Square ask. We need one because the series was left on a cliffhanger after the end of Mankind Divided, and the Adam Jensen games were planned to be a trilogy, allegedly. Maybe it was just planned for 2 big games, who knows? But many people speculate that Mankind Separated was divided into 2 parts by the absolute Squares and Enix so that it could make more money by selling 2 games. Whether or not this is true is only known by the people at Eidos Montreal who made the game and the greedy Final Fantasy machine known as Square Enix. Many people, myself included, felt that Mankind Divided just kinda abruptly ended just as they were getting invested, leaving loose ends not tied up and intriguing the player with a post-credit scene that ended up being more of a sour taste left to linger in the collective mouth of the fans. This could all be fixed if they just greenlit another game. Sure, the art director and Black Gold enthusiast, Jonathan Jacques Belletate, triangled his way out to another job, so Eidos would really have to A, get him back, or B, start fresh with a new theme or look to identify with. Either of these options would work, and there's even an option C, which is that Eidos probably has some other amazing artists who would easily do the game justice. Fans have said that a new game wouldn't be the same because too much of the team has gone separate ways, but come on, how many of the OG Deus Ex crew worked on the Jensen games? That's right, it's not really an issue as long as they have some solid replacements that understand the elements that make it such a fan-loved, critically acclaimed, not-so-called classic. It can be done. The franchise is just too good to let it be forgotten, and at least someone in the suit division of the video game industry knows that because as of last month, August 2022, the Deus Ex franchise and Eidos Montreal themselves were both purchased by Embracer Group, a little game publisher that seemingly came out of nowhere.
I never heard of it either.
Must have sprung up overnight.
Actually, from my rudimentary research, it looks like Embracer is just a rebranded THQ Nordic/Nordic Games. They own tons of shit now. Actually, they own so many studios and subsidiaries that if they wanted to, I'm sure they could bang out a new Deus Ex by winter 2023. But it's slightly comforting knowing that they bought Eidos along with the franchise, because now they could do the natural, obvious thing and get Eidos to stop making Marvel games and finish the Jensen trilogy. Nobody needs another soulless Marvel project.
I never asked for this.
There is enough comic shit out there for the fans to chew on for the next 50 years. I'm not saying we as Deus Ex fans need a comic or movie or any kind of gimmick. Actually, don't give us that stuff. We just want to no frills, no microtransactions, no chopped up third game in the series. It's been just over 6 years since we got Mankind Divided, and that's 1 year longer than the wait between Human Revolution and MKD. The hype would be palpable if they announced a new game. The hype never really died for Deus Ex either. You can go onto store pages, YouTube videos, and countless forums online all clamoring for a new game. The fans literally invade the comments section of the Marvel games to let people know that we want Deus Ex instead. If that's not the most loyal kind of hype and fan base, I don't know what is. Also, now we have next-gen, aka current-gen hardware to make for one hell of a smooth powerhouse experience. Imagine it. Trench coats with more texture than before, hair with more strands than before, lighting with more volumetric occlusionary anti-aliasing than before. The possibilities are endless. Despite the complaint of the series needing closure, the main other complaint I see is with the performance of Mankind Divided. On consoles, it feels like a pretty solid 30 FPS, but there's no denying 60 FPS would make people cream their augmented genes. PC players also had problems with bugs and performance, so if they made a new game now, there would be a huge demographic of people who would change their minds and play the game if they heard it was technically sound, on top of the dedicated fanbase who would buy it regardless of bugs and all on launch day. With Square thankfully out of the picture, we, or at least I, can have some hope that there is a future in the Adam Jensen trilogy, or even a new game entirely. There's so many possible ways the story could go for a third game, and the franchise is 22 years old. If this was Call of Duty, we would have 25 games by now. Okay, that's a bad joke. Fuck that. Don't give us annual games or mobile games, just another mainline entry in one of the most consistent, -2, franchises of all time. The recipe is there, the workforce is there, and now with a new publisher, the budget and reasonable financial projections should be there. All they need to do is add some new augs, add some new weapons, maybe a fun new traversal mechanic, and they'd have another winner on their hands. They know how to do compelling missions. They know how to do side quests. They know how to give you multiple options to complete your task, and generally, if they just continue the story or close the Adam Jensen trilogy, fans will be happy. So please, please, just let there be another Deus Ex game to show the world how it's done. Again.